Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to True Ball Banter. It's a great pleasure to have you all back. Here with me is Fabz and
Hi
Shashi,
everyone, I'm
So
back.
guys,
and me, Gibbs, who will be your host today. All right, so for today's episode, we would like to talk about one of the I would say one of the biggest topics where everyone really wants to know about it.
Before that, Gaps, do you want to encourage our subscribers to subscribe our channel?
Yes, please do subscribe our channels and also yes, subscribe our channels and like our podcast on YouTube and also Spotify.
why must they like it, bro?
Because we got a superstar host, bro.
Yeah, because we have a bunch of superstars here.
Okay, if you say so.
All right. Okay, so all right. So as we start today, let's focus on the joke of the day. We have a joke for you. So what happened was actually today morning. In fact, last night we had a news that the Liverpool players were planning to have a title celebration on the bus for the game versus Arsenal before it was even kicked off. And then when the game went to the third minute onwards, there was total silence.
Which game was this
Players.
again? Sorry.
Arsenal against Crystal Palace.
Oh.
So, from the third minute onwards, there was no sound from Anfield at all, right up to the game ended. And of course, it was a draw, so there was no title. So, how do you feel about it?
I'm actually very excited. Liverpool fans, you guys know, we won it at Anfield. So we were actually Arsenal supporters. But in the event Arsenal screw up, right, we want to be there. We want to be there to pounce. So just like in the COVID season when we were stuck at home watching Man City lose to Chelsea and then we won the title, we are not going to pretend and say like we are not going to be ready to celebrate. I mean, LFC TV, great job, guys. You're always on standby to record the moments of us celebrating.
So you
But
already booked the bus, bro.
I believe we probably had it on standby. I don't
should
know.
be.
We probably had it on standby, but I think we were all relieved that we get to celebrate it under the lights rather than in the darkness.
Correct.
Because we want to be out of the cave now.
You already
gave
listed
up?
out to United fans, right?
Yeah, we need to swap positions, bro.
Wow. No, actually, true. Well, actually, to be honest, a few fans really told me that they were confident Arsenal were going to lose. But of course, he's not one of them. He's the guy who wants it at Anfield. So,
Actually, I don't know who are these fans. Because everybody I know, all Liverpool fans, if you actually are a Liverpool fan, you want to win it at Anfield.
Bro,
Because we
it's-
didn't get to win it at Anfield.
Bro, he got his source from www.faketv.com.
Yeah.
No. There were people.
All
There
right.
are other fans. I mean, everyone's different. You can't say, All right, so, okay, guys. So, back for our topic for the day. So, today we are going to talk about,
What are we having today?
today, fantastic topic. We're going to talk about the greatest comebacks in European football history, primarily focusing on the Champions League and the Europa League. So, yes, this week's episode is all about the comeback, and we're going to focus on, of course, specifically our beloved teams, United and Liverpool.
You just pointed your hand at me when you said United.
Since when you're a
Sorry, bro.
United fan, bro?
I didn't know you see United in me, bro. I have to change my face after this.
Yeah. All right, so let's begin with one of the greatest comebacks that happened just recently when we faced Lyon last week, a week ago. Now, actually, for that game, I would like to ask Brother Fabian,
Yo.
please share us a bit about your opinion on that game.
For me, it was supposed to be done and dusted in the first half, but we made it tough for ourselves by we got back into the game in the second half, and we were chasing right up to the end. But hats off to us lah, because we had some spirit, some fire, and also the finishing. We had some finishing, good finishing.
Casemiro was. I mean, I saw the highlights. Casemiro's assists were like, oh, okay. I mean, for him to come back after Jamie Carragher called him like leave football before football leaves you, and then that's a very demotivating thing that Jamie Carragher said. Which for me, I partially agreed, but I feel he generalized it too much. He shouldn't be saying it just because he thinks he left football before football left him. Because some players are still confident with their technical ability. Just take, for example,
Yep.
the likes of Modric, the likes of Ronaldo. They are very confident with their technical ability. They're not relying on their, let's call it pace. For them, it's more their technical and intelligence to play the game. So I was happy for Casemiro after all the criticism he got.
But there was also one point of time, Jamie Carragher was also labelled that same thing that he's labelling to Casemiro.
Really?
Yeah, because before this also, I mean, like towards the end of his season, I mean, playing days, there were a lot already doubting him already. So I think
Yeah, but very few.
yeah.
He tried to the end. I know Brendan Rodgers didn't sort of trust him anymore, which is kind of sad.
I think
And
not only Carragher, I think Henderson also. I think if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, Henderson always had his doubters. I don't know whether Klopp was his biggest fan. It was more like, okay, for Henderson, right? For him, it is you want him there because he's a manager on
Yep.
the field, right?
True.
Some place you need that. I think for United, Roy Keane was the manager on the field, right? So even if they are not performing at the technical best level, their presence there makes a huge difference. So coming back to the game itself, I was so unhappy, man. Just so you guys know, the messages were coming in from Ganesh the moment Leon went 4-2 up. He didn't
Yeah.
give up, but he almost did. He said, "What a shit performance" or something, and then we were 2-0 up and now 4-2, and then boom! I checked the messages again. It's 5-4. Then watching the highlights again, as not a United fan, unbiased, I can feel the goosebumps, really. The goosebumps of the stadium like lifting up and then out of nowhere, because that is like dead and buried, Literally
true,
dead
true.
and buried.
Yes, correct.
So yeah, I mean,
Totally agree.
your emotions. Walk us through the messages.
Okay,
usually. Tell us the truth. Did you give up? You did.
You did right because you said
Yes.
what a
Tell
shit
us the
performance.
truth.
Okay, the truth is I started watching a second half. I didn't watch the first half.
Okay.
Your alarm didn't go off. huh?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean I didn't plan to watch the first half.
Why? You said it's that's the only game for you.
You
So
were
that's the-
hyping it
I was
up,
too tired,
man.
I
All
was
this
too
while,
tired.
all
I was
this.
just too tired.
So what
So-
made you watch the second half? You woke up.
I mean I put alarm for 4 p.m. I didn't put for 3 p.m.
Divine
For 3
intervention.
a.m.
bro.
Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, and then okay, what I saw from United's performance in the second half, the disappointing part was they were too complacent. They were just allowing Leon to take on them, and that really cost them the game. So I was really shocked that they conceded 2 goals. I expected 1. The second goal went in. I thought this might cost us actually, and it did. In fact, when we went to extra time and the third goal went in, I just was
Broke the TV.
almost. No, actually, I almost broke the TV and the fourth goal went in. It's so frustrating, really, to watch. I was thinking at the time when the fourth goal went in, I texted you guys. I was saying to myself, I have nothing to talk about United for the rest of the season, and I was so disappointed. And I don't know what happened to them from out of nowhere. Just 3 goals went in 6 minutes. Of course, I was excited, but honestly, it's really, really not good, especially for patients who have heart issues. Yeah, I mean, there are many fans who had a lot of high blood pressure. I've read some of the comments.
Bro, so negative, man. I thought you'd be excited.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
excited, but
I think United fans would be happy to go hospital.
but-
today, man.
But you know, right?
No,
you know,
honest-
most of the United fans are always on the edge. What we've always
Yeah.
been the comeback.
But
king
this
so
was
far.
one of the comebacks which left me, I couldn't believe it. It's a real miracle.
You must be super excited with Harry Maguire scoring the winning goal.
Definitely, he was. Okay, speaking about Maguire, one thing I noticed, actually, he did not play well overall.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he
conceded 4
allowed
goals.
he allowed a lot of Leon players to get past him. He made it up by scoring the winning goal, but still, I wouldn't really give him top credit just for scoring that winning goal. He actually was. It's really clear that Maguire likes pace.
But do you think that Amorim has a new position for him? Playing
Centre
up top?
forward.
He has a knack for scoring goals, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes
actually, to be
Højlund
honest-
is not scoring at all.
Yeah, exactly. He has a very powerful header. I like his positioning when he
But
was.
he's got a presence in the box,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because just like how Van Dijk, I mean, I'm not making a comparison. Technically, Liverpool fans, don't worry. Van Dijk, another level. But when it comes to like, you need to win the game. You need to put the ball in the box. Højlund is not going to win the ball. It's even if you go long ball, you throw the ball in the box. That's what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do. Right?
Yep.
Like you're losing the game.
Throw the
Might
sink
say
in.
lose 5-2, 6-2, but then actually just give it a shot to come back, right?
Yeah, exactly true.
But I have to say, Meno's celebration, Meno's goal was so class.
Minor's goal was superb.
Yeah,
actually.
seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
He was like, I love the celebration. I love that he got the confidence to still like curl it into the corner like
Yep.
that, you know.
Even at a very short space of time, right? He has
Yeah.
this
It's like, actually, what is Meno's position, guys? Seriously, I don't know what is.
If you ask me, he should be taking over Bruno Fernandes' role, I guess.
To be honest, I think he's perfect for false nine. Really.
Really?
Not false
he
nine.
cannot hold the ball up, man.
I
False
don't
nine,
think
he
he's a
can
good
hold the
false
ball.
nine. He's like a player behind a striker, I guess. He's not a striker. He can't play a
Oh, he's
striker.
definitely not a striker. I mean, a false nine means more like a.
I thought like a
He's-
Luis Diaz, no. Do you not think he's not like a winger, right? He's not like a winger.
No, it's
right?
not really a winger. But I mean, we thank God that United went through, seriously. And all right, the good news is we hope that we will be in the final. So United fans catch pretty hard that we beat Athletic Bilbao, is it?
You don't even know the opponents are bro.
He's too athletic, bro.
Yeah, bro. So we hope to be in the final after this. And we'll be back after a break. All right? Take care, guys. All right, guys, welcome back from our break. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. We appreciate that very much.
How you know they subscribe, bro?
Of course, bro.
He went into the analytics, bro.
Fake
I have
accounts,
faith, I have
guys.
faith.
Fake accounts.
FakeTV.com.
Hey, bro, I have faith, bro.
You have faith or fake?
Faith, bro.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, we're going to talk right now. We're going to talk about Liverpool's greatest comeback. One of them, which I think all of us are very familiar, Istanbul 2005. All right. I mean, I was watching that game.
You watched the game, okay.
Yes, I watched the game.
So you
I
must
don't
have
know why
loved it at halftime.
I don't even know why I watched that game. I was
Yeah,
like
why
form
did you
6 at
watch
the time.
it? Why did you watch it?
Can you tell the context where were you watching it?
Watching at home, of course. I was form
What
6.
jersey were you wearing?
I wasn't wearing any jersey, of course.
Nothing. You were wearing nothing.
He was shirtless, bro.
But honestly, it was. I didn't expect that. I was celebrating halftime.
He was jumping for joy right first half.
Yeah.
You went to sleep right after halftime.
He already preparing a text
I watched the
message.
whole
already.
thing. Honestly, I watched the whole thing, and it was fantastic.
But
I mean,
can I understand at that age, what was the reason that made you want to watch? Was it because it's a Champions League final, or is it because you want to see Liverpool lose?
okay, the truth is, I think I watched it because it was a Champions League final, and at the time I was still schooling. So okay, I thought it's not bad to wake up and watch. Yeah.
Okay.
To me, it was different because I was rooting for AC Milan to win. Yeah. So
I mean, they are that team, bro. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
the team.
we had Seedorf, we have Maldini, Nesta.
that is like world class 11
Yeah.
every position,
And then-
man.
Yeah.
My favorite was Pippo Inzaghi, bro.
Yeah, at that time, was he there? Because it was Shevchenko and Hernan Crespo.
Oh yeah. He was not there.
There's
yes.
the 2007 one, it was Pipo Inzaghi.
Yeah, Pipo.
Yeah, he scored the 2 goals.
Yep. He was the goal machine at that time. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so my thoughts on the game, yeah, I think it's very hard to argue against it not being the best.
But sorry,
ever.
Sashi. Before that, when was the last time Liverpool went into the final? For quite some time
When
already, right?
Liverpool reached the European Cup final,
Yeah.
must have been the 80s. lah.
So this was something like after so long, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, after about 20 years.
And we were like United at that time,
Yep.
having shit seasons. Everton even finished above us.
Yeah.
Everton
I
finished
remember.
above us. We were so
Under
horrible.
David Moyes, right?
The only hope was Europe. And to be honest, we were not the best team.
Yeah, that
we
was
were
your
the
only hope,
luckiest team.
right? You guys have to win to go into Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
And it was Rafa Benitez's first season, and we were oh my god, we were a shocking team, man. It was such a poor team. It's like almost these are the kind of things that make you believe in God, lah. God has to exist because if you watch all the games, I think against Juventus we were better. We beat them in the quarterfinal. Last round of 16, then we beat Bayer Leverkusen, we smashed them. But the semi-final against Chelsea, everybody knows about the ghost goal.
Yeah.
For Liverpool fans, it's a true goal. But
I
you
don't
know,
think
No.
so.
It's
but
not a
you
goal.
could see Chelsea literally threw the kitchen sink at us, and somehow or rather the Anfield crowd
Just that Jose Mourinho was not thrown inside the goalpost, lah.
yeah. And then the final itself, I didn't watch the game. That time I wasn't like following Liverpool actively. I only followed Liverpool, as you can see in the first episode that we recorded 2007. So 2005, I think if I was watching that final at the time, I would have given up. Honestly, I would have given up because maybe I'm not the kind of Liverpool fan that has been through the success periods.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
So I only am sort of that time would have been very new. So I probably would have been hard to watch. But that's a very inspirational comeback because it was driven by Steven Gerrard, a local player, pulling together everybody and somehow coming back.
Actually,
I think-
when I look at the second half, the first thing I thought was another 3 more goals coming in for AC Milan.
Exactly.
But the
I thought
objective
same.
second half for us was don't get trashed. That's it.
Exactly.
Correct.
And I think that affected the AC Milan players because their mindset also would be like, you know what, let's just see this
And
game out.
it didn't really affect them even until the second goal went in, I guess. Then only they felt the urgency to do something about it.
Yeah. And then, of course, there are other comebacks.
Of course.
Um,
Personally, for me, I think I have to give credit to Liverpool for this because that was really unexpected. In fact, most of the newscasters were already writing about Liverpool's doom in the final
Ooh,
at halftime.
coming from Gabby.
Yeah, and for me, I have to give credit because that was one of the greatest finals I've seen until today. It has to be.
That time we didn't buy AC Milan jersey.
Hey,
Halftime.
we went to watch the next final, what?
Yeah,
2007.
lah. That's why I asked you. Where it was
2007 also
before
I
that.
watched the final, but that Liverpool lost.
The venue, bro. You remember that?
Cobra Club, Liverpool supporters club.
Alright.
Oh, lucky we didn't,
That one was the
People, lah. 2 goals.
yeah.
Inzaghi's
But
two
that
goals, yeah.
game we were better. We
Yeah.
were way better. But then that's the type of final
Kaka
that
and
we will end up
Inzaghi
losing.
was
lah.
on fire, lah.
Yeah, Kaka won the Ballon d'Or that year. So yours, Fabs, for in terms of best comebacks?
For Liverpool, lah.
No, in general.
I would say the Champions League final for 99, lah.
Oh, Champions
Oh
League.
man, that is like past 90 minutes already, right?
Yeah, because I didn't watch the game. That's to be honest, lah. But I heard the formations was skewed. Ryan Giggs was playing on the right, David Beckham on the left.
Why? So
I
Alex
don't know,
started to do
Ferguson.
Pep Guardiola.
One thing about Ferguson, he goes crazy sometimes.
No. The real reason is because Scholes and Keane were suspended.
Yeah, but they don't play on the left and right side
Yeah,
of the
but
midfield,
why
man.
would Giggs be on the right and Beckham on the left, bro?
Yeah, so that
That
was
makes
he maybe had some general understanding. He wanted to stop the play from Bayern Munich, I guess.
Tactical switch.
Yeah.
But were Bayern Munich the better team?
First half, yes, bro. First half they were quite good. I think second half generally we were controlling the game, lah. We were
And-
much better.
If I'm not mistaken, Teddy Sheringham and Solskjaer were
Okay,
substitutes, right?
Okay, sorry about it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Actually, technically, every team that takes a lead, they will be the better team. And after the teams which are chasing the game, generally they'll become the better team because they are the ones chasing after the game.
No, bro. Actually, there's two ways to look into it. There are certain times where the team keep trying and not scoring.
Correct.
They'll have, and then against the run of play, then the opposite team will score. So that doesn't make the person who scored is the higher upper better team than the other.
Yeah,
to a
same
certain
like
point, yes.
Liverpool, Chelsea, 2004-2005 semi-final. We scored the first goal, the ghost goal,
Yes.
but we were not the better team when we scored. Beginning, of course, when you're at home, the fan is there, you're gonna have chances. But Chelsea were the better team overall, right? And then if you look at that Barca game, right, the first leg we actually played better than Barca, but we lost 3-0. They scored against the run of play, so we created so many chances. So the first goal, I think, it's very hard to say that it's an indicator that that's the team that is playing better. Yeah.
All right, true.
So
Yeah.
United-wise, because Liverpool have two really good comebacks, 3-0 down against AC Milan in the Champions League final, then 3-0 down in the first leg in the semi-final against Barca. Both led to winners. They won the Champions League.
Yes, correct.
You guys have that 2-1 against Bayern Munich. I remember that game, you know why, bro? Of Peter Schmeichel doing some somersault after the game.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah,
funny.
I mean, he was
he was
crazy.
he was irritated, bro.
He was
So
more
where
than
do you rank this Lyon comeback? If United win the Europa League?
I would say I'll rank it above the final.
Above the Champions League final?
Yes, because why the nature of the comeback? We were actually you got to remember this. United in 1999, we were actually one of the best teams in Europe. And 2025, we are one of the worst teams actually in the Premier League. Of course, Europa League we are unbeaten still, but honestly, we were so bad.
But I thought we were celebrating over the weekend. We didn't got relegated or something.
Yeah, we saved
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
because of that. We relegated Leicester for you guys.
Actually, Arsenal saved us. Arsenal's win against Ipswich Town guaranteed our survival. But anyway, it was
So,
a good.
so you feel that this comeback is all the more better than the 99 final?
Yes, 99 final was really a touch and go moment. But we are
Maybe you were not in the moment to watch the final, or maybe you were not in that moment of supporting United at that point of time.
You're right. I was not even a United fan at that point in time.
So definitely you will rank this game is higher than the European
No, but I
final.
watched the final and I realized, for me personally, I would say, maybe those fans who watched the game, they would say 99 is better. But personally, I think Lyon game, given the circumstances, because we are currently one of the worst teams actually in Europe, so the nature of our comeback also is really astonishing.
Okay, so let's now put it to a debate. Let's see which comeback is the best. It looks like Fabs is saying that 2-1
Yep.
Bayern Munich. You are saying Lyon because of the nature of the comeback, right? Are you saying that?
No, I have other comebacks actually, which I think is much better.
United comebacks.
Yes, Lyon.
Okay, so mine is the Champions League final.
So you still feel Lyon is still the best, lah?
Yeah, I would say Leon's still the best.
I thought you were saying something else just now before the break.
Yeah, we'll go into that in the next.
Oh,
Okay, suspense.
suspense.
Okay, in 10 seconds, why is that the better comeback? Why should Manchester United Leon be the better comeback?
Nature of the game. Because we were basically down and out, and we have one of the worst teams currently. So because of that,
But you were playing against 10 men.
yeah. Does that make a difference? Nowadays, we are.
It makes a huge difference,
Huge lah, man. You
If
think
it
about
really
Brazil
makes
lah.
okay, if it really makes a huge difference, then tell me how could we be 4-2 down, almost being knocked
That's
knocked
because
out?
United are shit.
Where you just said it. You just
United
said
are
it.
shit, but
Yeah.
you still have one man more advantage.
Bro, you can't count Onana as a one man, bro.
Actually, to be honest, I mean, watching football down the years, I've noticed sometimes 10 men gives you a better advantage.
Oh.
It's not
Wow.
all the time.
Because you rally and come back, right?
Remember Ryan Giggs, 1999, we beat Arsenal, we were 10 men.
I only can remember his hairy chest, bro.
I thought you remember gigs for other things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have so many things to remember him, but
Okay, so before Fabz and I go and debate into this and then we argue with Ganesh why our comebacks are better, we just take a quick break. Okay, welcome back everybody to this episode and thank you for subscribing another time.
how many times these guys are subscribing,
Just
bro?
keep pressing and pressing.
Just keep on pressing, bro.
If they keep pressing, you'll unsubscribe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro. Do, bro.
Okay, so we heard Gabe's best comeback about the Leon, the nature of the comeback. Tell us what you think. Do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong? So we're going to hear from Fabz now.
Okay. To me, I feel the greatest European comeback for United is the 99 final. It's because like this lah. It's because in semi-final we really pushed ourselves against Juventus. We won the game, and Roy Keane had a red card, and Paul Scholes also was suspended for the game. So we had everything. Although we were chasing for a treble at that point of time, but it was a different scenario of United. Yes, but then we also can say we were also short-handed during the game. And compared, we were already close to not winning it at all because right up to the stoppage time, we will never know. I mean, towards the last minute.
But quick check, who were the favourites going into the final?
I think the bookies was on Bayern Munich, I guess. Because United was more of an outsider because at that point of time, United was considered more like a Jago Kampong lah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are not really that good in European footballs and all.
Okay.
Yeah, they were good in domestic side. So I for me pretty much I felt when it reaches 90 minutes, I think if I were to watch live the time, I would have thought to myself, this is gone already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
A lot of people
getting the equalizer was a very good thing, but I never expected us to win the game lah.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a big turnaround for me lah, and in a space of few minutes, and I think pretty much Ferguson threw everyone for the final goal, I guess. I was actually only expecting them to equalize lah, maybe go into stoppage time or maybe penalty shootouts lah, but to get the icing on the cake, that was
Yeah.
No, exactly. So,
that was the best part lah. And everything hanging on in us winning the treble, so yeah, it
Yeah,
was
true.
all the more sweeter lah.
exactly. So how about you, Shashi? What do you think about the 2005 final? You
Yeah.
think? Yes, give us your opinion.
I think it's hard to not look at the Barca game because it was at Anfield.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp's press conference before the match said, if we're going to go out, let's go out in the most beautiful way, which is so poetic. It's just so him to say something like that
Correct.
before a final. Everything felt, we didn't have Salah, we didn't have Firmino. Salah had a concussion. We didn't have our star players. Shaqiri and Milner came in. And Divock Origi, our backup striker, our last minute goal striker, is starting. So actually, we don't have our best players. Similar to United, don't have our best players. Already 3-0 down. They have Messi, Coutinho, Suarez,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And they have everything. That time, I think the away goals rule still applied that time. So
True,
if they scored one
yes.
goal, we had to score 5 goals.
Exactly.
We didn't have a pep talk with Coutinho.
But to be honest, that game, just briefly, I'm touching on it because it was at Anfield. And because me and Tarshan, if you are there, yes, we were sort of watching it, not together, but at different times and messaging each other because we were
Wow.
seriously having goosebumps watching the game.
Oh, that's nice.
Because once you went to 4-0, you just don't want anything to screw
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
right?
Yeah, true.
And the emotions, I can't imagine. I think in Anfield especially, it must have been amazing. But my argument is still going to go back to the 2005 because it led us to win a trophy and be back in Europe. And I think because we won, Steven Gerrard didn't leave us to go to Chelsea.
Oh,
Stayed
okay.
with us. So it's more, all like so much more meaningful for us. And because it was AC Milan is like a European giant at the time.
Yeah,
They just
true.
2003 they won the final in Old Trafford, right?
They were the
won
all
final.
stars, right?
Yeah,
as
yeah,
we know.
true.
Yeah, and they were actually superb in the final. The first half was a masterclass from them. And Carlo Ancelotti really just killed Liverpool.
Exactly.
The way they played, they had Kaká through the line. I think they just killed us. Tactically, I think
had-
he outplayed Benitez.
They had
Yeah,
Gattuso, they had Pirlo.
True.
Yeah. So I feel that one, because it is so against the odds and nobody would have thought it and then Jersey Dudek making that save against Shevchenko in the late game. It's like, what the hell, man? This is like meant to be. So that's why I'll say Liverpool 2005 come back.
All right. Okay.
Time to decide.
Interesting. Well, based on all these things given to me, I think I shall go for United and
This
Bayern.
show is rigged.
Okay, no.
It's okay, fine. Go stick to your
All
opinion.
right.
Stick
Now
to
the
your
thing
opinion.
is, as much as I think that Liverpool's comeback is one of the greatest I've watched in a final. In fact, I did not even watch United Bayern. As you all know, I did not watch the final. I wasn't a United fan. But the truth is, to score 2 goals deep into injury time and to win a Champions League, that's something which I don't think has ever happened. Liverpool, by all respect, yes, they were second best to Milan. But when you have 45 minutes to come back, it's still, anything
You
can
have
happen.
45 minutes to come back or 45 minutes to get trashed.
Yeah,
So,
it's within
There's
three.
also that.
Yeah, there's an opportunity.
It's
But-
within 3-3 to 3-6-0.
Yeah,
But-
I think that's what the fans were thinking. Like, just please do not lose 6-0, man. That's
Yeah, quite
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
I think when we see how things changed in Barcelona versus PSG, where they lost 4-0 in the first leg and Barca won the second game 6-0. So I think having 90 minutes or 45 minutes actually
No,
gives
I
them
think
a
they
lot of
won
time.
5-1. Man. They lost 4-2 and then they won
They
5-1.
lost
4-1 and then they
They
won.
lost 4-1 and they won 5-2.
4-1 and
Five.
they won 6-2.
6-2, yeah.
Yes, Barcelona won 6-2.
Okay, but nobody cares about Barcelona.
But
Yeah,
actually,
that's the
to
one.
be honest, that's before. I mean, thanks for wrapping it up. But I still think, from in my personal opinion, even though I'm a United fan, Liverpool in a bigger picture, I think Liverpool deserve the accolades also for their comeback, because at that point of time, I think they were not in the European contention, right, in the Premier League.
Yeah, they fell short. They finished 5th.
And
below
Everton had the bragging rights some more.
Yeah.
So winning this was actually kicking Everton out of the European competition,
I
right?
don't know if it actually did, but I have a
Yeah,
feeling
it
it did.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
it probably
Because
did.
they only had 4 European clubs in 4 clubs only. 3 and 1 qualifying, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool went through the qualifying stages, right?
Yeah.
For the next season, yeah. I'm right now.
Okay, so there's it. It is United's comeback against Bayern. I begrudgingly accept it.
From a judge who's a United fan.
Nah, to be honest, I really think if Liverpool had scored 3 goals in 6 minutes, maybe I'll choose Liverpool.
Liverpool did score 3 goals in like 4 or 5
No, no,
minutes. bro.
Yeah, your span of time is.
Spent what I mean is in terms of the length they had.
To score.
Yes, the length. Of course, let's say the last 10 minutes and it was 3 goals, then yes, I would say it goes to Liverpool.
But when sorry, out of question, when Liverpool was scored the third goal, I mean the equalizing goal, do you think that they can win the game?
Yeah, I think the momentum was hugely on them at that time. I think Risa had some shots, but to be honest, I think Gerrard dived. It wasn't a pen.
Yeah.
The third goal that we got, it was a penalty. You could feel the stadium,
You're
because
upset.
no VAR, right? The stadium and the momentum convincing the referee that he has to point at the spot, because you can
Yeah.
feel that pressure. At that time, I don't know how it was, but for me, when I look at the replays now, it looks like Gerrard felt a small touch from Gattuso and just threw himself. So, but I cannot say, if I look back, when you're running at that high speed, one touch, so you
Yes.
can
Yeah,
fly.
yeah,
But the
exactly.
way Gerrard fell was very theatrical. Bro. Yeah. If it was a foreign player, he'll get
Yeah.
blasted.
I think you should learn from Cristiano Ronaldo how to dive.
Okay, so Gibbs announced the winner. Oh yeah, you already announced, right? Okay,
Hey,
so
so I heard you giving us a prize. Where's the prize, bro?
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
Sorry,
iPad.
the price I left it at home.
I thought you were going to shake our hand.
He said he's the biggest prize.
Okay, actually, the truth is, I feel both finals are very close to call, but I have to give it to United just because the length and
It's okay, bro. I know you're a biased fan.
But why are
No,
you
no,
like
no,
you're like praying for it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro.
because the thing is, I watched the final 2005, so I really feel heavy-hearted a bit to choose that, but I don't have a choice because.
Yeah, because
Just to mention another thing, I also read that AC Milan players after that game, nobody spoke to one another. They went for a holiday. Nobody said a single word.
Yeah.
They just utterly collapsed. They collapsed. I mean, they realized that this was the biggest disaster that ever happened to them.
it's a big
I mean,
embarrassment.
given the kind of team they have to collapse like that in a final,
Yeah.
it really
I mean,
shook them to the core.
If that ever happened to my team, I think I would, as a fan, I would collapse.
So
Definitely.
Shashi will be taking a break from podcast after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it could happen like if you don't win the league, right?
I mean, you're always talking about our teams, but to think from the perspective of the losing side, even from Bayern also, how painful it would have been, really. All right, so that's a wrap, guys. We'll be back in a while for Q&A session, and these two guys, I'm going to get them hooked, and let's see who
We're going to tie us
is
up.
the winner tonight. All right, we'll be back in a while.
All
See
right.
y'all. All right, guys, welcome back to our Q&A session. So with me, Shashi and Fabz. Now, these two guys are going to go head-to-head. It's United versus Liverpool, all right? There's no Anfield, there's no Old Trafford here. It's somewhere in Puchong.
Bro, I don't think it's a Q&A, it's a quiz.
Yeah, Q&A quiz, all right? Okay, so now, for our quiz, we are going to ask questions about the greatest comeback. And we're going to start off with Brother Fabian. All right, so let's
some
test and see.
church fellowship, bro. Brother
So are you ready? Pray. Okay, how it works, guys. Number one, none of them have any knowledge about what I've prepared. I've prepared this myself. Number two, the winner of each question gets 3 points. Number three, if the person is not able to answer, the next person is allowed to help, and you'll get a point. All right, so the person who gets the total number of points wins the quiz. And if it's a tie, you are going to go into a final bonus question, which I was
prepared by
who else?
ChatGPT?
Oh no, by myself.
FakeTV.com.
FakeTV.com. Yeah, I think I'll ask a fake question, bro. Let's see. Or maybe I'll ask a question and I'll give a fake answer.
questions that do not. It's not reality.
Fake TV. Okay. Now let's see. You can get
That
an
was a
answer.
fake.
It's okay. I'm going to make them. They're not going to be able to answer my question. Trust me.
Because it's pure fake.
It's not
It's true.
logical, bro.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, Fabz. Now let's see. Yeah.
Go answer.
Okay. All right. So Fabz, name the goal scorer for Bayern Munich in the Champions League final in 1999.
Oh, that's a tough one. I have no idea.
Holy.
Just say one German name, bro.
Oliver Kahn.
No Michael Ballack, right? Don't know, like some Oliver Bierhoff or something.
Oliver Beer. What? Give up.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
You're supposed to open the question to me.
Oh yeah, please.
I don't know.
Hey, let me try again, bro. Stefan Effenberg.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. You
No, it's Basler. All right, Basler.
What's his full name? You also don't know.
I said no.
Sebastian Bessler.
Okay.
Maybe Thomas Basler.
So
All right.
is that
It's
minus-
got
is
a
that-
6 minute.
Is that minus 1 point to
No,
Fabian?
no. So it's
No
0
minus,
points.
Lade.
So
this
it's
is
0
the-
points for Fabz. For
So
calling
this
me
is-
fake news is what he gets. All right.
So this is the fake news or the real one?
It's the real news, of course.
Never tell me.
No. This is the real news. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Shashi. Now your turn, bro. I'm going to screw you now. Okay. Name the person who scored the second and third goal against Liverpool in 2005.
You mean the final?
Yes.
Champions League.
Yes, Champions League final.
Hernan Crespo. Too easy, bro.
Wrong, bro.
Wait.
Hey, fakenews.com.
Wait. Can you restructure your question again a little bit better?
Bro, you got it correct, bro. 3 points to you.
I know
it's
first
Crespo.
one was Paolo Maldini. La.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
two goals.
Crespo scored the last two, lah.
And last two, correct. So Hernan Crespo, correct. Okay, so
I know
Shashi.
you're
Hey,
excited,
damn
bro,
biased,
but
like
you
that.
don't have to bang the table. The neighbors are going to wake up.
And then you had a wicked house.
Okay, so 3 points to Shashi. Well done. Okay, Fabian.
So your whole ladies lah 3-0.
3-0. All right, so
After this quiz, bro, the scores are going to be scrambled, bro.
okay, Fabs. Now, name the player who scored the winning goal for. Now you'll be answering a question for Liverpool. All right, I have to swap it now. So name the player who scored the winning goal for Liverpool in the comeback in 2019, the 4-0 victory.
All the
Against?
goals or what?
No, only the player who scored the winning goal, the fourth goal against Barcelona, 2019.
19
4-0, Liverpool won at Anfield.
Oh my god.
Who scored the last winning goal?
Firmino?
Firmino. Yeah, I hope it's Firmino. I mean, try. You can try one more round. Firmino.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll open it to you.
Origi, bro.
Origi, yes.
Oh,
Origi.
they walk Origi.
Hey,
Corner taken quickly, bro.
Yeah,
You what? I don't know what you did to these questions. Don't make me fail now just because I'm winning.
okay. I asked him about Liverpool. I'm going to ask you about United now.
Go ahead.
All right.
Knowledge of United 0.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm going to ask you about PSG.
Okay, anything, bro. Shut up and ask.
All right. Who was the man of match for Barcelona in the 6-1 comeback in 2019?
The match was Neymar.
Yeah, correct.
Bro.
Whoa, well done. It is
Since when
Neymar.
you're giving Liverpool fans to win, bro?
He thinks I don't know, bro. I know, bro.
Okay.
He's
Okay,
now
bro.
going to delete all the questions, ask different questions, bro.
Hello, ChatGPT.
Okay, fifth. Now, how many penalties did Barcelona get versus PSG in the comeback win in 2019?
2.
Well done. Yes, 2 penalties. Messi and
Wow,
Neymar
I
scored
can
each
see
one.
Ganesh face so happy that Fabian got it right.
Finally, I broke the duck.
So,
So, okay, what's the score
it's
got now?
now 3 points,
I got 7.
7 points. Alright, Faith, you got to come back. Okay, Shashi, you want to ask you?
You want
Okay.
to pluck one question out of your
Chap,
ass, right?
United or what?
Right. Okay. You're not going to answer this, for sure.
Okay, bro.
That's what
Okay.
you always say.
Who scored the consolation goal for PSG in the 6-1 defeat for Barcelona?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Consolation.
This is when? What year is this? Can I get
2019.
2017.
2017.
2007. Holy shit, who was playing for PSG?
Yeah.
So Barca
PSG.
made a comeback in Nou Camp for a 6-1 they won. Who scored that one goal for PSG?
Definitely not Mbappe. Let me see. What's a French player's name? I have no idea.
All right. Philip, how about you?
17.
Think, bro. You should know.
17.
We have that player.
Guys, you can see that this quiz is rigged. He's wanting Fabs to win. So it doesn't make sense.
No. Oh, yeah, true.
Don't know. Ander Herrera?
Bro, he's playing for United, bro.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Edison Cavani.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Cavani.
Dear, I forgot he played for PSG. man.
Yeah, Cavani, right? Yeah, he scored in 84 minutes, actually. All right, so the score is still
7-3.
7-3. All right, so now we have
The question
two,
for Fabes.
2 more rounds, all right? Fabes. Okay, Fabes, now I'm going to make it easy for your life. I'm going to give you United. So please don't get this wrong, huh? All right. Now we'll go back to 2004. Jose Mourinho's Porto against Sir Alex Ferguson's United.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we all remember Mourinho was sliding on the pitch after he knocked United out. Now the score was 1-1 at Old Trafford. All right? So who scored United's only goal in the game at Old Trafford?
I say, you should have asked who's the Porto goal scorer.
Because I also know that one. So I also know.
I know what you guys know. That's why I didn't want to answer it.
Terrible fella like that. 2004.
34. Of course, we know who scored the Porto's equalizer. Who scored United's goal? You can randomly pick anyone, bro.
Ryan Giggs?
Bro, please do not make sound. You're still doing it.
I think maybe Ryan Giggs.
Ryan Giggs. Is that the final answer?
2004, is it? Van Nistelrooy?
All right, the answer is Paul Scholes. Scholes scored in the 32nd.
Hey, it's ridiculous, bro. When he answers, you wait for him to give him another chance. I one answer already, end already, bro. What crap is this?
Bro,
You want me to
bias
do
let's
that?
please them, bro. No need.
Biasness, bro.
Okay. All right, Shashi, your turn now.
Oh, long karangan, bro. Get
Okay,
ready.
Shashi, now I'm going to give you another big one. So, in 2012, Chelsea against Barcelona. All right, so Chelsea were down 2-0 at halftime against Barcelona at the Nou Camp, and they came back to draw the game 2-2 and reach the final. So, who was the person who scored the equalizer for Chelsea?
Equalizer to make it 2-2.
Yes.
Torres, most likely. I know the first goal was Ramirez. Torres.
Correct. Fernando Torres, 92nd minute.
Yes.
So no deciding points. Already league
Okay,
10
get
points.
more on,
already.
get more on. All right.
These are 10 points, bro. Confirm, huh?
Okay.
Winner take all.
Winner take all. Okay, this question will be winner take all.
Oh,
Because
Since
Liverpool
the
are
gap
winning,
is-
so winner has to take all.
I mean, since I've already chosen United versus Bayern.
Maybe you just ask one question, see who answers, and winner
yeah lah.
takes.
All right, guys, welcome back now. This will be the final round, the conclusion, and the winner is going to take it all. So I have a last question, and we'll see who's going to answer this question correctly. All right?
so you have to say your name, huh? Shashi, don't play tricks all.
I have to say my name before I answer.
Nah, it's okay.
Then how?
You don't have to just
Say the
raise up
answer.
your hand. Okay, the one
Raise
who has chosen the correct answer, raise up your hand.
Oh, in school lah, okay.
So you decide, huh?
Yeah.
Who raised up the hand first?
Okay. All right. So let's start with this. Okay, in the Champions League quarterfinals in 2009, United drew with Porto 2-2 at Old Trafford. Right? And when they went to the Porto Stadium, United won 1-0 and went to the semi-finals. Who was the scorer for United?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, we got it right. All right.
That was the one. That was the wonder goal that won the Puskas Award, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, I'm not gonna forget that, man.
Well, I purposely made it easy.
He's a-
I tried to make it easy for Fabian by asking another question, but this Liverpool guy, I don't know how he got it
So
correct.
we know who's our real enemies, lah. Huh?
My knowledge of those 07, 08, 09, 010, 11, 012 is very good because that time I was crazy watching all the games. I watched all the games.
All right.
I also know why, because Liverpool was not something you're watching every time at that point of time.
Actually, that time we were not too bad, lah.
Yeah.
But that time because we had Drogba, Ronaldo. I
Yeah.
think the Premier League was at the height of
Yeah,
its powers.
exactly.
Correct, yeah.
That is the best time, really. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching us. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Feel free to leave any comments if you want to have any thoughts on which are the greatest comeback in your opinion, and any questions you would like us to bring up in our next episode. Feel
Yeah,
free to-
if you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, feel free to leave it in the comments.
definitely.
We'll have a moderator to.
It won't be as biased as it was today.
Yeah.
See you in the next episode.
Okay,
guys.
see you guys.
See you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.